Alright, second year class, let's do some more harmonic dictation like we did last Friday, Friday of week 2 in our meeting together. Okay, we're going to do two harmonic dictations, and we're going to kind of do it in a multi-step method like we did in the last class period. We're going to begin with our traditional harmonic dictation, which is bass only, with just the key signature, the 7 spaces, the bass notes, and of course the harmonic analysis beneath. And then we're going to expand that to a 4-voice harmonic dictation using the material that we know here, both to extrapolate what the notes could be, but also using our ears to hear the dictation. So I will first play the bass-only harmonic dictation, okay? And of course you can pull the slider back in order to listen to it as many times as you need to catch it. And then I will add the second part, the second part of the dictation, the second step, which is all 4 voices, soprano, alto, and tenor, to add to the bass and the progression that you have already written down. We're going to do 2 of these. The first one I will provide the answers. I will give you the dictation. I will give you the bass notes and the analysis, and then the rest of the voices as we play them again. The second one I will not. Again, some of you neglected to do this last week for the video that we had uploaded to that. Get a piece of staff paper and work on these. You're going to need to work on these because the second dictation I will not give you the answers for, and we will review that in class on Friday week 3. Alright, let's begin. As always, we're going to be doing minor mode. Actually, that's going to be our theme today, is minor mode. So give me a grand staff. Well, actually, for this first one, just the bass staff, but make sure you have a staff above it so you can add. So give me the grand staff with the treble and the bass clef, with the C minor key signature there. We, of course, are going to begin with Do in the bass and the minor 1 chord, as we always do. And I'll go to the piano, and I will play this 2 times through. Again, you can listen to it as many times as you need, using the standard, our standard procedures. Listen for the bass motion, try and get the bass motion dictated, and also find out if the chord that I'm playing is a triad. Is it a 7th chord? Is it major? Is it minor, augmented, diminished? If it's a 7th chord, what type and what inversion is it? Okay, the same systems of extrapolation that we've already used. And luckily, once you get that all done, it's just a very easy step to add the 4 voices. Okay, so I will begin playing the bass one only 2 times. We will get the answer, and then I will play the 4 voice 2 times. All right. Beginning. Do in the bass and the minor chord. Here we go. Again, and. Alright, and the bass note you should sing with me is Do, Me, Re, Fa, Me, Sol, Do. And the qualities were, this was a minor triad. This was also a minor triad with Me in the bass to make it 1/6. This was a half diminished 7th chord in root position. This was a major minor 7th chord. In the major minor 7th chord, there are 2 possible in the minor mode, 7/7 and 5/7. This, if you heard T, would have made it 5-7, second inversion 5-4-3. This, with fa on the bass, a half diminished 7th chord. Your only option really for a half diminished chord is to half diminish 6-5, first inversion D, F, A, C. Then we had a major triad with May in the bass, that is 3. Another major triad with Sol in the bass and T, that you can hear, triad 5, resolving downward to 1. Okay? If you're not sure, go over this a couple more times, listening to make sure that that is the analysis that you ended up with. Okay, now I'm going to play this SATB 2 times. See if you can get the voices in using 2 different ways of thinking of it. Of course, first, use your ears, especially in the soprano line. Okay, especially in the soprano line, because that's over above everything, should be easy to determine. And then use your analysis to kind of find out, say, I feel something around this range, maybe A, maybe G, maybe F, somewhere in this voice. We'll use your knowledge of what notes comprise the 2 half diminished 6-5, and you'll very likely have your answer. All right, so where your ears fail you, your theory will help you. Where your theory fails you, your ears will help you. All works in a circle like that. Okay, here we go. Again. Now I'll let you in on a little secret before I tell you the answers. I did make one little change to one chord. I changed one of the triads into a 7th chord. You can probably guess which one it is. If you're not sure, go back and listen to which one of these triads I turned into a 7th chord. Okay, pause it or go back, and I'll tell you in just a minute before I give the rest of the voices, okay? All right, so the triad that I changed was the 5 to a 5-7 chord. All right, let's get the voices. Okay, our voice leading was Do, Sol, Me, Do. And just so you know for the future, I will very, very often start in this kind of medium position. It's not fully closed, not fully open. It's a good medium position. Allows the voices a little bit of space, about a 5th or a 4th or a 6th between them to be able to move around. Okay, it comprises 2 octaves. Okay, so then we go to the 1-6 chord, doubling the 5th of the chord. One thing you don't want to double is the 3rd in this case. Then generally keeping as many common chords or common tones and things that are next to each other as possible. Go on. Remember that in minor mode, a 5 chord that is done major will require an accidental. That is very often missed by students. Make sure that you remember that the leading tone needs to be raised if you are doing a fully major or major minor dominant chord. All right. And you may wonder, why did I triple the root in the 3 chord when I could have just gone to a B flat maybe in this voice in order to make it a complete chord? If you notice, a C to a B flat and an F to an E flat makes parallel fifths, and worse yet, parallel fifths in the outer voices. This is why I tripled the root here. And then 5/7, doubling the bass for an incomplete 5/7 chord to get us to a complete 1 chord. All right, so that is the answer to the first one that I'm giving you. Again, I'm giving you the answers to. The second one, and I'm going to erase the chords. I'm going to keep the key signature because we're still going to be in minor. And I'm going to erase everything else except for the very first bass note and the minor one. So I'm going to play the bass-only dictation again. I'm not going to give you the answers though. I'm going to play the bass-only dictation 2 times, and then I'm going to play the entire dictation, SATB, 2 more times. Okay, listen to it as many times as you need to see if you can get a hold of it and get it together. And we'll review this next Friday in class. Let's begin with this. 7 chords again. Here we go. Let's hear the bass-only dictation once again. Repeat that if you need to. I will now go on to 4-voice dictation. Over the same progression, the voice positions are similar. They're actually the same as the previous example. So the root, the 5th, then the 3rd, and the doubled root. Okay, same progression, now 4 voices. See if you can figure it out, and here we go. Listen again. All right, good luck, and we'll check these next Friday.